In the world of psychology, the term false memory is described as a phenomenon where someone recalls something that did not happen or remembers it differently from the way it actually happened. But what if more than one person has the same false memory? What if hundreds, thousands, even millions have the same false memory? Is it possible that all these people are mistaken? Could they all be suffering from some type of mass psychosis? Or could there be another explanation? In today's episode, we look into the strange and mysterious phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. The term Mandela Effect was first coined by author Fiona Broome. She distinctly remembered civil rights leader Nelson Mandela dying sometime in the 1980s while still serving time in a South African prison. She even remembers seeing images of the funeral broadcast on television. She was surprised to learn that Mandela went on to live until 2013. When she wrote about this, thousands of her readers responded by saying they too remembered Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s while in prison. Since then, thousands of cases of what is now known as the Mandela Effect have come forth. The following are just a few examples of the Mandela Effect. The man from the popular board game Monopoly, known as Rich Uncle Pennybags, was thought by many to be depicted wearing a monocle. The truth is, however, Rich Uncle Pennybags has never worn a monocle. In the 1994 motion picture Forrest Gump, the famous quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates," is never said. The actual quote reads, "Life was like a box of chocolates." Many people remember Curious George, the popular children's cartoon character, as having a tail. Curious George, in fact, never had a tail. The national flag of Great Britain, or better known as the Union Jack, is one of the most recognizable national flags in the world. Which of these flags do you think correctly depicts the image of the Union Jack? The correct answer is actually flag number 2. The diagonal red stripes are off-center against the larger white stripes. From the popular Pokemon series, the character of Pikachu is often remembered clearly by many as having a black stripe at the end of his tail. Pikachu, in fact, has never had a black stripe on his tail. The logo from underwear manufacturer Fruit of the Loom is often remembered as including a cornucopia basket. It, in fact, has never appeared on their logo. In the original Star Trek television series, Captain Kirk never once used the phrase, "Beam me up, Scotty." The popular children's stories and animated shorts commonly remembered as the Berenstain Bears is in actuality called the Berenstain Bears. In the Disney animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen never says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." The actual phrase is "magic mirror on the wall." Many feel that the spelling of the Bugs Bunny franchise, Looney Tunes, has changed. However, Tunes has always been spelled with a U and not with a double O. Despite popular belief, in the 1991 motion picture Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter never says, "Hello, Clarice." These are just a few examples of what has been called the Mandela Effect. But how can so many of us remember things differently than the way they actually are? Is it possible that all these people are experiencing false memories? Or could there be another explanation? From what little we have learned in the field of quantum physics, we are living in a much stranger universe than we ever suspected. Quantum theory suggests that we are living in what is called the multiverse. The multiverse is described as a number of other, possibly an infinite number of other parallel universes that exist alongside our own, existing in the same space as ours, but imperceivable to us because they exist in other dimensions. Perhaps a number of us somehow get bumped into a parallel universe nearly identical to our own, but where events unfolded slightly differently. Does this sound a bit crazy? Perhaps, but no more crazy than the things we are learning from studying quantum physics. From quarks to neutrinos, dark matter to quantum entanglement, we are making new discoveries every day, and yet we have barely begun to scratch the surface. There is an unimaginable amount we have yet to learn before we can even begin to understand our universe. If you have experienced any Mandela effects yourself, please let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear about it.